Richician.
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 187. Let's kick this off. So the first two questions are from Dark Magic Couple 1985 for the first time in a while. Yeah, both he and Dragon Master 25 corrected me about the DeLorean. It needed to reach 88 miles an hour. I was close though. Anyway, 1. Out of the 3 new Dark Magician cards at the time of this, which one is your favourite? Mine is definitely Magician of Destruction. Dark Magician of Destruction. Yeah, I would have to say Dark Magician of Destruction as well. Just because of how easy it is to summon, along with the fact that it lets me add any Dark Magician card, well, except for the Eye of Timaeus. Still not happy that it hasn't been errated so it can be searched. But anyway, yeah, I like that one more than the others. The other fusion is great, but I just feel bad if I had the ability to pop a spell or trap every single opponent's turn. The other effects I do like a lot, I will say. As for the Gaze of Timaeus, well, while it is great that it is a miracle fusion for the deck, technically, I don't like that it banishes the fusion at the end of the next turn. That unnecessary drawback just makes it a letdown, whereas with the fusions, there's not so much of a drawback, and Dark Magician of Destruction is definitely the best one and my favourite of the 3, and I feel like when we do get it, it's going to be the priciest. I still wonder what set will get these in. 2. When talking about the few decks you would bring back, and when you mentioned about Blackluster Soldier support, do you think it needs an Eternal Soul version of some sort to bring back the ritual monsters, or maybe Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning? To be honest, I've been struggling to think of what kind of support the archetype needs. Although their own version of Eternal Soul would be pretty good. Because then that way you wouldn't have to use Super Soldier Synthesis to special summon any of them from the graveyard. Although I think the only downside is I don't think you'd be able to bring back Blackluster Soldier, the Legendary Swordsman, because I'm pretty sure it specifically states that it must be ritual summoned. But the other 2, it would be great to be able to bring those back. But other than that, I don't really know what the archetype should have, because we have multiple ways to search for the rituals and the ritual spells. Yet somehow it still struggles with the problem of bricking. Like ritual decks tend to do. Of course, that doesn't stop Herald being a really toxic deck and my most hated deck in the game, but that's another story. Maybe some more draw spells would help. Like returning one of the rituals from your hand to the deck and draw 2 cards or something like that. That would be handy if you don't have a way to bring it out. Yeah, that's all I got on that one. Next questions are from Gunnar, saying it's a bit late to the party and wanted to give Matt a chance. I mean, it's alright. I mean, it's not a competition to see who gets there first to submit questions. It doesn't matter who submits them first. But anyway, 1. What is your favourite cake? Oh, that's a tough one because there's so many delicious cakes. I guess it depends what type of cake you mean and what flavour. But I'm going to assume you mean types, but I'm going to say cheesecake. I love cheesecake. I could just keep on eating slices until I can't manage anymore. I've yet to eat a whole cheesecake all to myself. That would be a nice little dream. I like chocolate cakes as well, and anything with just any kind of icing really. But yeah, cheesecake, definitely a red hot favourite. 2. Was there a movie or a series you were hyped about, and after seeing it you were disappointed? Well, there were no series that fell into that category, but there were 2 movies that I definitely was hyped about, but falls into this category. Epic movie and disaster movie, which is a shame because I love these spoof and piss-take films, but I mean, don't get me wrong, they were still kind of enjoyable for what they were, but they just weren't really how I expected them to turn out. Well, at least not epic movie. I mean, I saw one of the characters dressed as Superman, and I was hoping there'd be some superhero elements to it, but then there just weren't. There was just that little flashback of what was his name, Peter, like in a Superman suit, and he gets shot in the eye, and he's like, "Ah, my eye, that hurts." But that was it, really. Other than that, it was more heavily focused on The Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I hate The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. I mean, it's a classic, and I do like the film and the story, but being a fan of superheroes, I was just a bit gutted that there wasn't enough superhero stuff. And as for disaster movie, well, I was like, I don't know. I just didn't really know how to feel about it afterwards. I mean, it's hard to explain, but it just felt like it ended up being one of those films that I just wouldn't personally watch again. I don't know. I don't know what it was about it. But yeah, that answers that question. And 3, in the group chat, I posted a Terminator short. What was your favourite figure? I think I would say the figure of the Terminator on the motorbike, definitely. Although, the models of the heads looked really cool as well and very impressive. But yeah, I did like the motorbike one more, and I think you said you did as well. So yeah, I share the same opinion on you as that one. High five! Excuse me. Oh, Ability's over there in the background. Yeah, he was on my lap just now having cuddles, and now he's curling up again. Bless him. Ugh. And then the last question is from Michael Green. With Dark Magic Couple mentioning about Back to the Future, do you think it'd be a cool idea if Konami made a deck around the movie? I swear this question came up before in another episode, alongside one about the Terminator movie franchise, but I can't remember. But yes, I do think it would be a cool idea if Konami made a Back to the Future archetype. But I'm not sure what kind of cards it would have. Then again, as long as there's no negates and no OTK bullshit and no floodgates in the archetype, then that would be perfectly fine with me. I know the DeLorean would either be like a machine type monster or an equip spell of some kind, but other than that, I don't know what kind of cards would come from it. But anyway, yeah, I do think it would be a cool idea. And that's going to do it for questions in this episode. Thanks a lot for your guys' questions, very cool ones as always. And if you've got any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments section down below. And remember, I do these episodes every Wednesday afternoon or evening, UK time, so be sure to get your questions in before then, so that you don't miss out. Thanks again, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Richician YouTube channel.